The former IMF executive board member, Doug Rediker, says that Theresa May is likely to survive this no confidence vote. But that doesn't mean that we're off to the races or Britain is. You know what's interesting about it when I'm looking at this, Doug, is that our markets, despite our bank exposure to Britain and unknown variables with that, they keep advancing. So Britain's what ails Britain is actually in a weird way helping us, or are we just ignoring it? What's going on?
I think we're more ignoring it than actually trying to quantify the risk and looking at supply chains. The big risks from Brexit are, number one, some geopolitical seismic shift, which is not likely to be the case. And number two, direct linkages primarily in the financial sector. And that's pretty well insulated or anticipated. I'm not saying it's going to work out all that well for all the parties involved, but the idea that on March 30th or on any date thereafter that there's a financial market meltdown because the Brits leave without a deal seems like it's unlikely for a variety of different reasons. So it's not that U.S. investors are taking it for granted as, quantifying that risk. I think it's just sort of bemusement, as your colleague just said, from the EU. I think there's a certain sense of bemusement from the investor community as well. I'm not sure that's well placed, but I think that's more or less what people are thinking.
I know there's a revolt. The Labour Party, obviously, Jeremy Corbyn would love to become the next prime minister and topple this government. But I don't notice any people within the prime minister's own party raising their hand and saying, all right, come to me, come to me. It's almost as if they want to see this all sorted out before they brave, stepping up. But what's your sense?
Well, the Tory party is basically two parties that don't like each other and don't agree on this one fundamental issue, but they're under the one umbrella of the Tory party. So there are a lot of people within the Tory leadership that want to be the next prime minister. But nobody wants to stick their toe into the water right now and own this thing, because this thing is a mess. So to some degree, the reason Theresa May is likely to get through today's no confidence vote is because all those Tory MPs and the DUP, the Northern Irish party that supports the government, don't want to lose their seats, and they know that the chaos that would ensue in a new election is probably not great, starting with who the hell would be Theresa May's successor leading the Tories into that election. Yeah. Nobody knows.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Real quickly, if you'll indulge me on this point, is it your sense that the British economy would be in a much different straits if they had just gone cold turkey to this right away, right after the Brexit vote? Because by now we would have straightened a lot of this out, and this lingering, festering cancer wouldn't be gripping the country. What do you think?
To take your analogy, I think that the lingering, festering cancer would have just killed the patient 2 years ago. So I'm not a big advocate for the rip the Band-Aid off and try and start anew. In fact, I would argue that those who are saying that a hard Brexit would allow the British to cut all these great trade deals around the world without being encumbered by their current constraints within the EU, I think that's throwing everything into 180 degrees the wrong direction. If you look at the British economy, it is most well served by having deep, strong, limited to no tariffs, limited to no barriers with its biggest trading partner, the EU. Then if you look at the Trump administration's policies on trade negotiations, tell me honestly if you really believe that Bob Lighthizer, Donald Trump, and this administration, no matter how special is the relationship between the U.S. and the U.K., are going to give the U.K. a sweet deal. I would argue quite the opposite. And even if they wanted to give them a sweet deal, it would take years. So I'm not sure that getting out of the EU is the smartest thing anyway, but doing it without a deal, without a transition, in anticipation of some better deal that's out there in the ether, I think that's just wrong on all counts.
All right, we shall see. Fascinating stuff. Doug, thanks for taking the time. I appreciate it.
You got it, Neil.